People, so some good news and some bad news on this valve toggle that I'm trying to do. I spent the last hour kind of exploring and doing some research, and the good news is I kind of got a toggle system going. The bad news is it's a little junky, in my opinion. So I had to sort of look into other levels that used a kind of toggle system with the valve, but they all kind of did things a little bit differently, and I'll show you what I mean. In the pretty sure it's this one. Yes. In the little processing plant, right, where you are supposed to go up these ladders and there's fire in the way, so you can't do it. It's not an environmental fire that you normally see that I was using, essentially. What it is its own little particle system that they have just, it's a light with a sound and a flickering light attached to it, and a trigger volume that does damage to the player. And this forces the player to, like, take damage and not be able to mount up on the ladder because, it dismounts. So you got dismounting squares here. And this all goes away once you're able to turn this valve, right? And that got me wondering, why couldn't they just use an environment fire entity like I've been using? And it kind of occurred to me that different entities have different properties, which you kind of figure out as you, like, what is it? Yeah. If you go here to the Valve developer wiki, there is a bunch of entities that, this is basically the whole library of entities that you use. And as a result, you can check things out. Like, these are the things that I'm using right now in my hammer. Let's go back to my test map. If we go back to my test map over here, it's been a simple matter of using 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and primarily I'm trying to start a fire and put it out, or put out a fire and start it back up again. But if we go to the environment fire entity, let's open this up. It doesn't, I have yet to see an explanation why I couldn't theoretically enable it with a switch, but yeah, honestly, I don't know. It's got to be some internal logic that I haven't quite figured out. But when I saw in the previous scene, when I saw in this scene that they were using a particle system to do it, I thought, okay, maybe I should experiment with that too. And so, back to my test map, I went over here and I started with this, and I named it, just Fire 3 particle system. And with the system, I used environment fire small, which is essentially the same thing as I'm using here. I have it set to start active, and yet I don't see it in the scene when I run it. I don't know why, but I see this. And so ultimately what ended up happening is, I'll just go ahead and show you what it looks like now. Come on, hammer. It's got to render light this time because I've got a flickering light happening in my scene. So it's going to start off dark. Just turn on my flashlight, run over. And yeah, I went ahead and put a point light in here. And so let's just shut everything up for a second. Okay. So this is the environment light, and you can actually see the orange flicker a little bit against the wall. I have it starting active, and theoretically there should also be a particle effect spitting fire at me somewhere, but it's not. Yet I have it scripted so that when I turn this off, the original desired effect as when I turn this off, this should shut off, and then when I turn it back on, this should turn back on. And I applied that same logic to the particles. So now I have kind of the opposite problem happening, where this starts active, the particle starts inactive. I turn this off, this disappears. I don't know what's happening here exactly with the particle, but then I turn it, and then the particle turns on. Don't really know why, but this is, I guess, kind of a cheat that I'm doing. It may work for now. I don't think that this is the most effective way to do it, though. So I'm gonna call this a hollow victory before I move on to the next thing. And honestly, I should have been recording an hour ago while I was working on this, just to figure it out. But I was so concentrated, I would not have been the most engaging person ever. And so I'm actually gonna see how this looks without the light, because I don't want to have to deal with rendering light every time I run the level. See if this works, because I don't know. Funny thing about particles is even though they're not a light source, sometimes if they don't appear, it could be because they need to be rendered along with the light, depending on the engine or editor that you're working in. And I don't know Hammer as well as I would like. Okay, let's suffer in silence, shall we? So, boom, boom. It's a cheap workaround, but it works. There's got to be a better way. There has to. It just leaves a lot of unanswered questions because I don't like leaving this without knowing why this won't turn back on and why this doesn't start out active, even though the settings say so. So outputs, yeah, I'm gonna delete that and delete that. Yeah, you would think start fire. Why not? Maybe it's enable. I don't know. I feel like I've been back and forth on this before. But the other one is just the simple particle system is starting and stopping. And honestly, that's all you can do with it. If I were to kill it, that would delete it from the scene entirely. And we don't want that. Actually, one more thing that I want to see before I move on is... Does this thing start... Huh. Start active is set to no. Why? Because it is active when you come into this level. So what are you talking about? Inputs. Trigger once, on trigger, start. What trigger is this? Doesn't have a name. Where is that? It's not this, is it? No. So do I need to start it? It doesn't automatically start active? Where was that trigger? Barney trigger, vent burn, enable. Interesting. So none of this automatically starts out enabled. I hit like a trigger somewhere. Is there a way I can just zoom in on what I have selected? F doesn't work. I can't make sense of all this. Ugh. There's gotta be a way to like look up I can autofocus on selected object hammer. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna zoom out. And see what I have selected anywhere. It's in a pipe. I can see the pipe. Okay, so this is the canyon you drop in, you fly through here, you fight these little buggers, climb up this ladder, come down here, down into this water, and here's the pipes. Is this it? Nope. It's the fog controller. That's a hint portal. Is this it? No, that's a funk instance. Oh! I can barely... Ooh, trigger? No. It's a funk detail. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. So... you have to start it. It doesn't start enabled. That's what I'm getting out of this. Okay. Yeah, you come in here, and it already seems like it's been active this whole time. Okay, all right. It's like trigger once, then never again. All right, so if I jump back to my test map, go away. And let's just put a trigger box here. Actually, let's put it over here. So that way it'll feel like I already went there. Make it nice and wide. Okay. Needs to be a trigger. Actually, let's also browse that. Apply that. Now we have the trigger, and now we need to make it into an entity. Trigger once. Yep. Apply. Does it need a name? Sure, I'll flame 3 trigger. There. Apply. Output. Add on trigger entity. Let's try fire 3 particle system. Start. Apply. We'll try this. See how it goes. Fingers crossed. You know, I think in a way it makes sense to have a trigger volume that will initiate fires and stuff, because I bet it would make the engine chug if you just had it running in the background throughout your entire level. And this is probably the system that they have set up, which is why I'm having a hard time following the logic, is because I'm actually like starting at the... Okay, so I walk through the trigger. It didn't start it. Why did that not work? Hi, Anthony. How's it going? Okay, I had the trigger once happen. Why did it not work? Let's do this. I'll bet there's a flag I forgot. Flag. Physics objects? Disallow bots. I hit apply. And actually, before I run that, jump back to this scene. It is it this one? Blah. Okay. Start disabled. No. That's what we want. Going well, had a job interview for a camp counselor, but wasn't told I would need to temporarily move out of state. Yeah, had to decline because I can't really make that work just for a short summer gig. I have to ask, was it ID Tech? Yep, I have worked for ID Tech before too. ID Tech's not bad. It's actually kind of fun, but for what they ask, it's kind of Like, yeah, you kind of have to be willing to, like, bounce around. No, that's the fog controller. Where's the thing? Actually, when I worked at ID Tech, the first time around, I was in transition from DePaul to Guildhall. So, yeah, I said online or Chicago only, but even the interview didn't know until early today. Yeah, there's a bit of a break in communication when it trickles down like that. Hello? There it is. Okay, there it is. Trigger once. Class start disabled. No. Outputs on trigger event start. Delay 50. On trigger vent jet 1 starts. No inputs. Flags. No viz group. Well then what the heck? On trigger vent jet 1 start. I would think with COVID they would still be online, doing online classes and stuff. But I guess they opened up on campuses again. Vent jet 1 starts. And it does not start active. I guess back to my test map. Start active, no flags. Turn off that. Physics optics. They are, but those were apparently done way early. Yeah, when I was doing it, I would have preferred to do it online. But that was just a concept at the time. And let's change this back to no. See if that makes a difference. No, apply. And then after COVID happened, they went hard with the online courses and stuff, and I was able to work from home after that. Parent pitch orientates forward. Okay. So we'll leave that. Control S. But the last time I was on campus for a physical, like, ID Tech camp, I had actually gotten pneumonia from, I don't know if I caught something from one of the kids or if there was just some mold in the dorm. It was really freaky because healthy people don't get pneumonia. And so, yeah, I was like, I just got sick all of a sudden. I was like, why am I sick? And then I went to a clinic and they were like, yeah, you got like a mild case of pneumonia. I was like, how? Okay. I walked through there and now it works. Yes. I have done it. Okay. So we have two different entities here. One is just an environmental fire entity, and the other is a particle system entity that are basically both doing the same thing. I'm not entirely sure when you would want to use one over the other. The environment entity is pretty straight. The environment fire entity is pretty straightforward because it's fire. It just has different logic from the particle system. So when I walk into the fire, you know, it functions like it normally would. I can get hurt. Ow. Ow. And I can turn it off. But I can't seem to turn it back on for some reason. Whereas the particle, right now, the particle system does nothing because I would have to give it like a trigger volume that would hurt me in order for it to look, feel like actual fire. But it functions more in line with the logic that I'm trying to do. I just have to trigger it first, so that when I do this and plug this on and turn it, it shuts off like I want it to, and then when I turn it back on, it works. I have successfully made fire toggle. Thank God. 4 days. 4 days of that. It didn't eat up the entire 4 days, honestly. This was maybe like my first 2. But this took longer than necessary. So I'm just gonna get rid of this bad boy and we'll just move this up here next to that. And I am also going to move this in front of this so that we just know that it is all together. There. So that's fun. Something got done today. I feel good. So, Anthony, they didn't even offer you the option to teach online? All right, cool. I'll bring up my projects. Nope, online was basically full up, even though I had the option to apply for it. I find that strange, but, well, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Alright, let's make that green, and also let's type in some notes. Environment fire. It's not able to turn back on once disabled. Info underscore particle system can be turned on and off and on Actually, that's something that I'm not sure about. Was a little strange overall, but still, it's good to at least do the interview for practice. Yeah, big mistake a lot of students and new graduates do is they feel like they gotta nail every single interview, and that puts undue pressure on them. Um, honestly, you're a lot better off just interviewing everywhere with anybody, and you'll just eventually get more comfortable in that interview setting, and you'll start being able to like go over your answers. The really good interviewers will give you like feedback, um, especially if you're talking to like some indie developers who are just as new at it as you are, and you are kind of like pretty transparent with each other. It'd be like, this is my first rodeo. If you could maybe give me some feedback, I'd appreciate it. Yep. When I was at DePaul, I was, I think, kind of a Blizzard geek, because I was still very much into WoW, um, and Elder Scrolls. I was mostly into like fantasy games and stuff, and so I would make the mistake of only um, looking at studios that only made those types of games. And the big problem with that is you're pigeonholing yourself into only working for a certain type of studio. And the truth and just fact of life is that may not be where you end up. And you got to be open to possibilities and opportunities that you initially didn't think of at first. Oh, that feels so good. I feel like $1,000,000 just being able to do that. Can turn it off. Can turn it on. Good times. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that it can be. Must be triggered. Active beforehand. Using trigger volume. Trigger once volume. There we go. Now, I want to see if I can set fire to zombies. Well, I already know that they can be set fire. I just want to see if I can maybe raise and lower water levels. That makes sense for the next one. I'm gonna need to make like a pit or something. Here. So do you have a dream studio that you want to work for? Everybody's got a dream studio. Dream would be to work for Bethesda making the next Elder Scrolls game. Yeah, Bethesda is a popular one, and probably, like, as far as level design goes, probably one of the most fun places to work too. Because their level designers are also like quest designers and stuff. Because you not only get to like do dungeons, but you also get to like script NPCs and like maybe modify their behavior. And so you kind of get to do like a little bit of creative writing as well, because you get to like write dialogue and, you know, story beats for your level. Yeah. Actually, quite a few of my classmates at Guildhall. I shouldn't say quite a few. Uh, in my class, one ended up working at Bethesda. Another one ended up working at Arcane. And the one that ended up working at Bethesda, she was actually a creative writing major. But she was kind of like on the both ends of the spectrum, because she was creative writing and computer science. So she got to do a lot of different stuff with that. Okay, so now, very cool. Yeah, my scripting skills are pretty bad. I'll be taking some blueprinting classes over the summer. But yeah, I'd love to work there, or maybe BioWare for Mass Effect. Cool. Yeah. When it comes to like scripting and programming, it's not always it's not always a necessary skill. It just depends on what it is that you want to do. Because I've gotten like some students who were like, I want to be a game designer, but I don't know how to code. Well, you can make games and not code, but for the most part, you'll be making like tabletop board games and stuff. You know, it's like as long as your writing abilities and communication abilities are good, um, there's still a place for you in game development. But if you want to work like in engines and put the pieces together to make a gameplay experience on a computer screen, you're gonna have to get comfortable with experimenting with code or game logic. I always kind of explained it to them like, your primary tasks may not necessarily be programming, but you'll need to at least understand it and be able to communicate what it is that you want your programmers to do in order for them to implement your design. Water. That's what I was gonna do. Okay, so this actually has... into the hole. So this thing has water in it, and it's what is it? Funk water analog. Huh. Okay. Funk water analog. It has a move direction, speed, and a move distance. Makes sense. Yeah, I just want to get a better foundation for it so I can at least have a better grasp, meet the minimum to get my foot in the door. Obviously, would continue to work on it as well wherever I'm hired. I keep telling people that in jobs that require a lot of problem solving, the reason why problem solving is such an important skill is because, for the most part, we don't know what we're doing. A lot of game development is just figuring it out as you go. So it helps to be multi-skilled. What's this trigger? Trigger multiple. Stop overloads. And then we have screen overlay. Oh, you got to create an overlay for when you're swimming. Interesting. Well, that makes sense. Let's start with the water. And that is a funk water analog. And it looks like it was just a brush that they changed. My test map. Primitive block. Let's do this. And go. Okay. Can I give it a different material? Oh, it's already got its own material. Water green. Actually, wait, which C4A1 water green? Maybe I'll leave it at that. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Ah. Theoretically, this shouldn't take me as long to do. Because I'm just trying to make it do one thing. Oh, crazy. I'm in water. But it still looks like... it still looks like a floor. Alright. What is that? C4A1 water green. And let's browse here. C4A1 water green. And just apply. So now... So, Anthony, are you going to be working in Hammer anytime soon? I had another friend of mine who was working on his capstone, and he was on a team that was working in Hammer, and they were working on a Left 4 Dead map. And I guess they were having a lot of setbacks. And so as a result, they were kind of down to the wire on the deadline. And my friend, he showed me the map, and it was, you know, typical level design mistake is it was a sprawling mess of geometry. And ew. What the... Whoa. Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my eyes. All right. Sorry. I haven't thought about it. Still working in UE4. Will be in UE5 for the blueprinting class, but then I also want to learn the creation engine. I'd like to learn it eventually. Yeah, there's a lot to learn out there. Struggles of level design is trying to learn as many editors and engines as you can. It's kind of why it's helpful to just try and oh, I know what I can do, actually. No, get over here. Okay. Browse. No draw. And we just want to apply texture only to one side. There we go. No draw. There we go. Here's the water. Okay. So, well, if you ever get around to learning Hammer, I hope my videos kind of help you along the way. Part of the reason why I'm doing this is, well, to document my own work, but also to help anyone who might be interested in trying it. And this could potentially save you from some headaches if you're trying to figure out the same things I am. I know Creation Kit for Elder Scrolls and Fallout got moved to Steam now. So the Bethesda launcher is kaputs. Okay, so I'm guessing it's because there's no light in here to reflect. That's better. In fact, I'm gonna test that theory. Just stick a light over. And it's black. Hey, gads. Wow. Very warm lighting. I am not understanding why the water is such an ugly surface. That's actually, let's run back to this. C4A1 water green. Okay. So the funk water analog is supposed to be a body of water that moves, and it moves down, I'm assuming, 90 degrees at a speed of 50 at 308. And that is triggered by the little valve down there. You know what? I'm also gonna lift Mode. Lift. Power up water moving plane. Interesting. Okay. Whale. Alright, so down here, it's another prop dynamic override. Yep, all the usuals. Nothing special about that. And then the valve turn, which has one. On pressed, water 1, open. And that's it. Cool. But what does it do? Does it like sink below the map? It doesn't like just disappear? Okay. Ah, that looks better. I can see. Let's get cool. Well, guess we just start duplicating again. Put this bad boy here. No. There we go. Rotate that. That's fine. And yeah, let's just have like a valve stick in there. Valve. I'll name it my physical valve. My physical valve 4. We'll apply that. Okay. Apply. And there we go. Wait, wrong way. What's the route? Momentary route button. Oh, needs to be brush first. Under. Cool. Apply. So let's call valve rotation parent. Apply that, and we will make that its parent. Add. On pressed, I guess. Pressed target entity. Oh, I need to name it. Name my water. Open, I guess. So the move direction is 90. Down, yes. Speed, we'll set it at 30. Move distance, 300. Apply. That should be it. Actually, before I do that, I want to change this from on-pressed to position. Distance 90. Auto return speed. Oh, flags. It's gonna be x-axis. Could I toggle it? That would be cool. Someone use activate starts. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this one. Not solid. Use activates. Okay. Okay, let's see it. Well, let's apply and then see it. Should also probably play a sound that sounds like it's draining. One thing at a time. Why is it giving me attitude? It's actually kind of remarkable for as old as Hammer is, how stable it is so far. I've not had Hammer crash on me yet. I'm sure it's happened to people though. Okay, so there's water. And it goes down. Cool. I wonder if I can bring it back up. Let's see. Outputs. Instead of... Is it... on fully open, maybe? Because what I would like to do is make like a... well, I suppose that's not really how valves work. Because once you release a valve and the water flows through it, you can't just reverse the flow of water. Once the water drains somewhere, it's gone. There's no bringing it back. So in order for refilling something to work, you would have to activate another valve that releases a body of water and causes the thing to rise again. All right, I'm gonna leave it. And I'm also gonna change it to on fully closed instead of activate, because that way it makes more sense. Once you turn it, it's like whoosh. And let's try and find a flood sound to play that. Generic, put that there. Sound. Water. No. Let's enter water. Close. Water pump. Ew. That's while you're in the water. Ooh. Water move. Oh, that's while you're in the water. Well, it looks like water containers sounded best. That might work. I guess we'll use that. Okay. Name. Water _4 drain. And for the flags, is not looped is true. And we'll leave it at that. This is going to take some timing, I think. sound. And apply. Let's see how it looks. It needs to stop, because now that water is just going to keep playing. Maybe it's something that I can add to this. On fully open, target the water. No, not the water. I need the water sound. Water 4. Stop sound. Let's shut all this off so I can have some quiet. Yep. Okay. So there's the water. Looks like water, acts like water. It's not still going, is it? No. Okay. do anything. So, close that. Go to this. Outputs. For open. Maybe instead, on fully closed, open, and then the water starts draining. So I'll delete that. Apply, and then jump to the water. And when the water starts draining, add no, because then it would say on fully open. Because on fully open means it wouldn't start doing that until it's already at the bottom. Well, let's just do it and see what happens. Fully open. Water forward drain. Play sound. Hit apply, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Delete that. There's got to be a timer or some sort of logic relay that I can use. Let's see, logic, achievement, autosave, auto branch case, collision, compare, line 2. Logic timer. Name. Start disabled. Let's say yes. Use random time, no. Flex oscillator alternates between on timer high or low. Let's jump over here. Output, add, unfold closed, drain sound timer. Enable. It's going to be enable or fire timer, probably. Enable, apply. And once we do that, we add an output, which is on timer, target, water for drain. Ooh, you can fade in and out. That's cool. But I just want to stop sound for now. Stop sound. After a delay in seconds of maybe like 3 seconds. Try that. it. Hmm. Let's try this. Let's go to that, and on outputs, let's fire instead of enable. Fire timer. Apply. And I only want to fire this once on the water. No, wait, not the water, the sound. It's funny. Okay. Still going. It does not want to shut the sound off. If use random time is set, this is the minimum time. Refire interval. This is the time between timer fires in seconds. Oh. 3. Let's apply that. And then maybe not use a delay here. this work? Nope. Still going. Well, that's something to note. I presumably could also raise it, but I got that. However, let's put this in yellow. However, wait a minute. Let's jump back to this. Because I can disable sounds. I've been doing it this whole time. Yeah, outputs. Okay, so we have stop sound and play sound. Okay. Maybe instead of on fully closed, because it's always on fully closed once you do that. So maybe it needs to be position. Maybe that's what I've been doing wrong, because it's always on fully closed. So it's always going to be playing that sound. Let's get rid of the timer. The timer doesn't seem to be doing anything. So instead of on fully closed, let's do position. Position. Okay, so then play sound. And then that only fires once. So let's add one more. Let's do position again. And the sound, where is it? Water for drain. We want to stop sound after 3 seconds. Let's try that. Okay. Maybe the toggle needs to be turned on. I don't know. Speed is distance is 180. Fine. Let's try that. We're at that point again where it's just try stuff, till it works or doesn't. Play sound, stop sound. So what is the problem? Flags is not looped. Disable auto return. degrees per second. Fine, let's set it to 1. See if that makes a difference. And we'll change this from position to fully closed. Let's see if that makes a difference. Alright, this is gonna be my last, effort. Audio doesn't want to shut off. That is a potential problem. Geronimo. Just break my bones. Yeah. Maybe instead of timer, I should try a logic relay. See if that happens. See if that fixes it. Logic relay, see what this does. Outputs. Add on trigger? On trigger. We want it affecting the sound. On trigger. Oh. You can toggle sound. That's interesting. Well, let's just stop sound for now. Stop sound. We'll apply that. Just gonna make this drain logic. Apply that. You output. Add on fully closed. Go to drain logic and trigger that. get rid of this stop sound because it's clearly not working. So on fully closed, play sound. Actually, I'm going to change this to no. From fully closed to position, because I want the drain to happen the same time as the water starts going down. So apply that. Then on fully closed, we will trigger the drain logic. And that will stop the sound. Yeah. Let's try that. I'm getting hungry. What should I eat for dinner? Kinda craving some Kung Pao. Okay. Go for it. I will. When 5 o'clock rolls around. Which is an hour for me. I'm on the Eastern time. Alright. Attempt number whatever. I wonder if it's the audio. Like, maybe the track is just continuously playing, so it has no stopping point. I don't know. Butts, flags. Only trigger once. Hmm. Valve can't seem to disable the same audio. Anyways, I'm just gonna tell it like it is, so I'm not confusing myself. When drain water is activated by valve, drain sound does not turn off. guess the last thing to try now with the valves is gas leaks. See if I can set it ablaze. And what I'm gonna have to do is go check out. Open. Back in unforeseen consequences. Okay, so this puts me. Oh, that's not it. No. Go back. Where's the gas leak? Somewhere around here. Not this way. There it is. Okay, so this thing. What have we got? We have an info particle system that does not turn on until we set it ablaze. So that's the lights. That's the flare fire. That's what that is. Fire 1 gas. I'm just gonna duplicate this whole thing. 'Cause I'm lazy. Maybe everything but the light, because the light might. This is interesting. Fire hurt. Damage type burn. And it will hurt me, but what about the zombies? Will it hurt the zombies? What's this trigger? Fire 1 hurt. Just seems to disable all this. Trigger once. Where's that at? It's in this spot. What triggers it? There's a lot of internal logic happening here. I don't like it. I will be right back. Alright. So, I want to try and recreate this scenario where there's a pipe leak that's leaking flammable gas that I would then ignite with a flare and try and lure a zombie through it. Which is a bit more complex than it seems. What's this trigger? Hide sprite. What is it talking about? Well, I'm just gonna duplicate the heck out of all this. Get that. Get that. No. There. Okay. Now, hopefully that's all I need. Control copy. Jump on over to mine. Control. Let's put it over here. Control paste. Cool. I'm also going to control group that. Who the heck made this? Well, alright, let's just do this. Okay. And I think I will also do a little pad or something. There we go. Let's move all this over here. Yep, I guess that works. And we're gonna need another valve over here. Well, actually, before I do any of that, I need to see if I can set fire to this thing. Let's just see what happens. I need to back him up a little, because I couldn't tell if I set him on fire or if he just walked into me. Come on, buddy. You know you want it. Cool. So I don't really have to do anything with that. So let's delete him for now. And now I just need to figure out how to replicate that. Let's see. Leave that as is. Should have made a bigger room. Just like that. Actually, I think I'll do this. I will just move all this over here. go. Cool. Let's bring this over. So, I don't know. With only 20 minutes left, I'm wondering if it's worth it to try and tackle this now. Because I'm pretty much at a stopping point, and I can carry this on tomorrow. I'd hate to kind of stop in the middle of something. I already know what I need to do for this. It's just going to take some disassembly to go through all that. So yeah, I think now's a good stopping point. Let's see who's on that is raid worthy. Let's see. Another dev streamer, First Crimson. Wonder what he's working on. He says game dev, but just chatting. So I don't know if that means he's just looking at the camera or if he's working on something. It looks like he's just looking at Steam stuff. Yeah. All right. Well. Oh, he's working on something. He's got his Unreal open. Cool. We'll raid him. So thanks for hopping in and checking out what I'm doing. I today was a bit more chill than usual. I was deep in thought. Okay, cool. So I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Have a good rest of your day, and yeah, see you then. Okay, cool. Bye, guys.